Welcome to Soccer Gaming and welcome back to the Kansas City Royals franchise rebuild. And in this episode, we start off the new year, 2028. Last year, we got to the World Series and lost to the Dodgers. The year before, we made it to the ALCS. The year before, we made it to the ALDS. So if you look at the progression, this year is a World Series championship. So let's get it started with the opening day and everything leading up to that. So if you guys would like to watch that, stick around. So I showed the roster in the last one, but let's go ahead and just take a look through the kind of the pitching rotation and lineups and stuff. I still need to do some stuff when it comes to AAA and AA and stuff like that, but I'll kind of do that throughout here and not really show you guys because that's just kind of boring to watch. But taking a look at what we got so far, Victor Robles is going to be, well, he should be a right fielder. We'll have to, hold on. Before we do this, let's go through and change things. Let's take a look at the lineups and everything and the pitching rotation and see what we got here. So lineups, basically going with Acuna as our leadoff this year. I think if he could get on base, it's going to be beneficial with the speed, with the steal, all of that stuff. We might switch him for... I'm thinking through this as we're doing it. I think we go Robles here. I think Robles gives us a better chance of getting on base because his contact's so high, and then the steals are going to be there. I changed mid. So let's go Robles 1, James Wood 2, Bobby Witt 3, Jack Caglione 4, Kobe Mayo 5, Vinny Pasquantino 6, Acuna, Blake Mitchell, which I'd love to put up higher, but honestly, like, we've got a lot of great left-handed hitters. I don't know where we're going to put him, so we're down here. I guess I could switch these two and go lefty-lefty and righty-righty, which is probably fine. And then Ponce going to get us lead off, or not lead off, but bottom of the lineup there as well. On the bench, we got Salvi, Massey, Cross, and Freddie Fermin, and then Alec Burleson there as well. So that's going to be what our lineup looks like. Looking at our pitching rotation, we got Crochet, we got Reagans, basically just a 1-1 punch. I mean, you're getting an ace in Reagans and an ace in Crochet. And then you got Baz, who probably is ace for most teams. I wouldn't say most teams, but a lot of teams. A lot of the lower dweller teams, 86 is going to be what their starting pitcher is, and he's our third string. Then we got a 4 spot, Max Mayer. Think he's going to have a big year, and then Kumar Rocker is our 5, and then we also have starting pitcher Williard McClellan here at the long reliever. Last year, he did a wonderful job for us, so we're going to kind of put him back there again. He had to bring him up to do a couple starts because we had injuries, which, I mean, it's ideal to bring up an 80 overall when one of your starters get injured. So we got Chris Bubich, we got Foley, we got Zerpa here as well, and then we got Rasmussen, Urseg, and Brian Abreu as our closer. So, I mean, I think this is the best team so far that we fielded. Last year, I felt like we were really good, and we kind of snuck into the playoffs there at the end. We had a lot of downs last year that I felt like, and it kind of reared its ugly head in the World Series when we just couldn't get runs across the plate. And that's going to be kind of what's big for us. Our pitching has been basically since we took over in 2025. So the last 3 years, our pitching has been top 3 at least, and our pitching. But we haven't been able to have enough run support and a good enough offense to be able to make up the difference. We're still looking at 5-6 games above 500, whereas we have a team now that I think could easily get 90 wins. So we'll see how everything starts out. But as always, we're going to play opening day here with the Royals. Even though it's at the White Sox, we're going to do opening day and play it like we always do. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm excited. I think this team's going to be really, really good. Last year, you see, we went 83-79. I think we could easily go 95 wins. So what's that, 95-65 or something like that? I think we could definitely get 95 wins this year. I think that we're that good, and I think we could be that good. So let's go ahead and jump into it and try to get the dub on opening day. Crochet going to take the mound here. as our number one, as I said, batting lineup against lefties. We got probably more righties in the lineup. Yeah, Kobe Mayo moves up a little bit. So and Ponce up here as well. So yeah, we're gonna see a good spot of what our team's gonna be like probably for the rest of the season. Again, the best team I have made so far, especially in this rebuild. And let's jump into it.
It's the Kansas City Royals going up against the Chicago White Sox. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Kansas City Royals among the league's favorites after they lost in the World Series last year. And Singy, I gotta think it's somewhat deflating when you get that close to the ultimate prize only to come up short.
Yeah, I'd say deflating, demoralizing, agonizing. You can go on. And it's just tough, Boog, because just to get to the World Series is a huge accomplishment. So, getting those last 4 wins, though, that's what makes legends.
And with opening day, here's a chance to get your season going in the right direction and take that final step this year. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Just about ready to roll here. Showing the slab in today's game, Kyle Harrison. Chris, he's looking for a bounce back this season.
Yeah, really struggled last year, and it was one of those seasons that you just want to flush. But I think you have to remember and take the opportunity when you do struggle to really look yourself in the mirror, identify what went wrong.
All right, Victor Robles, let's get it started.
That's what this guy did in the
first pitch opening day.
To come back and to be one of the best bounce back players in the.
Okay, Victor.
In the air, out towards left center.
Nice little rip.
And here now, the lineup for the Royals. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good.
That's what they think they're going to hit this year, yeah.
First and foremost, but the way
we'll see. Ponce 290. I like the sound of that.
Everything else, it's very
love the sound of that.
The way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit.
All right, James.
Uncertainty for opposing teams, especially
get him in the trade. See what James could do this year. Hoping he could be kind of a cornerstone of our team.
James Wood.
Another 19 of the top 100 prospects. That's good to see as a Royals. Ooh, drop down. Drop down. There we go. Probably could have went for 2 there, but not going to risk it. We'll take the single. Welcome to the Royals, James Wood. All right, Bobby Witt. Hopefully he's going to have a breakout year. It's like we've been waiting for him to have a breakout year. And it's not going to happen there. Yikes. All right, Kobe. Kobe had a little uptick last year. Good to see that happening. Hopefully he can keep the uptick going this year. Bobby Witt still second. Imagine that. Yeah, he's still third. Easy. He's going to go home. Just like that, stolen bases turns into a run for the Royals. Bobby Witt gets on basically by fielder's choice. Still second, still third, and then gets home on the error. Throw to third. So, base running wins you games, and you can see it right there. Kobe. Okay, Kobe. Okay, Kobe. Dot the wall, and it's over. 392, Kobe Mayo. Starting the season off with a home run. Last year, you saw him kind of take off late in the season of what he could kind of potentially do, and he is starting the season off right. All right, Caglione.
time to Vaughn.
Hey, 2 runs in the first. We'll take it.
So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Royals 2 and the White Sox nothing. Back here with my pal Singy. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA. And, you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub 2s, they're dominating. But when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance.
All right, Crochet.
Every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season.
Opening day, first pitch is strike.
On the ground.
And the first out of the season for the Royals. Crochet with his first strikeout of the 2028 campaign.
Good pitch for the strikeout.
There we go. Finally. After 10 pitches to Melendez. Second strikeout of the inning. Okay, the rookie, Johnny Ponce, finally making his MLB debut.
Johnny Ponce.
He's going to start this one with a rip, and it's going to get down. He's going to at least get a double.
Around first, heading for 2.
Thought about going to third, but he's going to stay with a double. And Johnny Ponce with his first MLB hit of his career. Congratulations, Johnny Ponce.
First major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boo.
Here's the pitch.
Johnny going for third. Beautifully done. Another stolen base for the Royals.
That wasn't close.
There we go, Vinny.
Well done, drives in the run. Just one of those seeing eye base.
Vinny Pasquantino.
Over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole.
When Vinny's hitting in the 7 spot, you know your team's good. Freddie
Swung on, belted. New ball.
trying to go Oppo.
Going back.
Not going to have enough on it.
The warning track makes the catch.
Well, I think the win. So otherwise, I think that ball's
And Acuna, a guy that we want to see take a step up this year. Definitely want to see him hit more towards a 250 mark and less towards a 200 mark. I think he could do it. I think he just needs to maybe not swing at that pitch would help. I think he's not going to be a pop guy. He's going to be a, beating ground balls out type of guy. So I think he could definitely do it. I think he's just got to get better contact on the ball. More solid contact, so to speak.
For the Royals. He's 0 for 1. Ripped to third, but handled, and that.
There we go. Okay, Bobby.
Base hit.
Bobby Witt.
So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Like that. I like that, Bobby.
Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second.
Next guy up. All right, Jack Caglione expected a big up in his average as well. We could get that up to 240s, 250s would be nice. Some little power there would be good too.
And a foul ball.
And that's kind of the pitch he wants there.
2 outs.
Get through.
Swing and a ground
Dang.
ball. Arias. And that'll do it.
God, what a rip. What a rip. He's going to get himself another double, possibly a triple with this one. He's going to stop a second again. Basically, a hit in the same exact spot as his last one. He is 2 for 2 on the day. You can definitely see why we were excited about getting him up in the majors. We wanted to just give him the full year as a rookie, and so far, so good. That was a beautiful 2 hits there. Start off the career for Johnny Ponce. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that, Vinny Pasquantino.
He'll score.
There we go, just like the first, except this time he gets a double instead of a single. Johnny Ponce gets on, and Vinny Pasquantino gets him in. It's like having you know, like you try to get your first and second guy on, you know, for your cleanup hitter hitting in the 3 spot. It's kind of like that here. Ponce is a leadoff guy, and then you got Vinny Pasquantino trying to get him in. It's working out though. It's like the White Sox might go to a new pitcher, or are they just talking to the old one? He's like, I don't know, dude. They're good. I don't know what to tell you. And it looks like they will be bringing in a new pitcher. What, in the 3rd inning, I believe? Oh, we love that. We love that, Freddie Fermin. Let's go, Freddie. And he's out, going for 2. What a throw from the left fielder. My goodness. Center field is a spot this year that I feel like Acuna's got to step up, or Gavin Cross has got to step up. We need something in the center fielder to do well, and he's going to get a single here, which is good to see. Job, Acuna. And third base is his. Just too easy to steal. Too easy to steal with these fast guys like this. It's just too easy. It really is. And then, boom, Victor Robles. He's rolling now. Got himself a double. I mean, hey, so far so good. It is hard, though, to look at it and be like, yo, we're good on offense, because it is the White Sox. Probably the worst team in baseball right now, opening day-wise. I mean, they're the worst team, you know, in the MLB. So to be putting up big runs against them is kind of like, well, this isn't a guarantee. Definitely not a guarantee, but it is looking good, though, and hopefully the confidence grows in there, and hopefully we can keep it going. James Woods. James Woods goes yard. Welcome to the Royals.
First homer of the year. It's 8-0. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped.
Uh-oh, Vinny. Vinny gonna go yard. Yes, he is. What a line drive shot by Vinny. 104 off the bat. Vinny slammed that one.
They're having a lot of fun.
The next to hit. First pitch misses. On the ground left side.
Nice little double play. Get us out of it.
It's a double play, and that'll do it. Top of the 6th inning.
All right, Acuna, let's get another one, huh? If we can get him off started right, if we can get the confidence growing, we might just lead us into the rest of the season. Acuna is going to at least get a double from this one. The high fastball. Acuna easily in the 2nd.
In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder to take it. They've been absolutely.
All right, Robles just popping that one out in the right field. Beautiful job done by him.
Just not with much authority.
All right, Bobby. Bobby just go yard? Yes, he did. And the Royals are going to add another 2 to it. Bobby went with his first home run of the season. And not even really a big one, 98 mile an hour off the bat, but able to just basically muscle it out of the yard into left field here in Chicago. And the Royals go up 12-0 on the worst team in baseball, the Chicago White Sox.
As hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though.
We'll take it. They're going to their 4th or 5th guy. Doesn't matter. A lot of people they've been rolling through a lot of people. At this point, they might as well just go to position players, save some of the bullpen the rest of the season.
He's got it, and there's 2 away.
All right, Caglione, you got this, buddy. We need you with a hit. I think you're the last guy without a hit. Let's make it happen, Captain. He says, I got you. Come on. Get out of the yard. Damn. Flies out to deep center field. But Bobby Witt with a 2-run blast. Hopefully this season he comes around and really hits well. We've been kind of waiting for him to be hitting towards 280s, 290s, and he hasn't really been able to do it recently. Hopefully this year's the year. All right, Kobe. Keep it going, Kobe. Oh, he's going to get tossed out. Ooh, luckily the throw is not online. Otherwise, he would have been gone. Easy. Jack Caglione. All right, Jack. We need your first hit here, buddy. There it is, Jack Caglione.
And that one finds its way through.
Yeah, I think he might have got tossed out. He probably would have got tossed out because that throw was left. Jack Caglione, though, with his first hit of the season, and with Johnny Ponce coming up, I mean, there's no reason to try to push the envelope up 12-1. Dope.
Blind drive out towards left field. That's a base hit for me. Around third. He'll score easily.
Beautifully done. Robles, a double or a single RBI there. He probably could have went for a 2. I was a little worried though that they would gun him out with a 60 speed, and with how we've been hitting today, there's really no need to push the envelope right now. Double play. Hate to see that. But the Royals looks like they're going to score 13 down to the last inning, down to the last 3 outs. And the Royals defeat the White Sox in opening day 13-1.
Always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
13-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Gotta love what you saw from that. Gotta love what you saw from that. Let's take a look at the box score just because this doesn't happen very often. Robles, 3 hits. James Wood, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Bobby Witt, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a dinger. Kobe Mayo, 2 hits and an RBI. Caglione got a hit. Ponce started out 2 for 2, and he ends up with 2 hits. Pasquantino, 3 RBIs and a dinger. 3 hits for him, 3 hits from Fermin, and 4 hits for Acuna. So a very, 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 very good day for hitting for the Royals. So if they can keep it going, I know it's against the White Sox, and I know it's manual play, but if they can keep that up, then I'm very excited about what this team will be able to do this year. Ooh, big 13-0 dub. Dang, 13-1, 13-0. We've scored 26 runs in 2 games. 17 hits. What do we have in the first game? 22 hits. Oh my. Okay. James Wood having a good day. 4 for 4. Did he have a dinger? Yep. James Wood and Bobby had a dinger. Stolen bases. Bobby had 3. Robles 2. Ponce 1. Reagan's 15 strikeouts. Good gracious. That's huge. 15 strikeouts. McClellan. 4 RBIs for Woods. Bobby Wood had 3. Caglione. All right, amazing. I love it. I love it. Kobe had a hit. Everyone had it. Oh, no. Acuna did not have a hit. Dang. Hey, we'll take it. All right. So 13-1, 13-0. What will game 3 bring? Probably a loss, like 1-9. A loss 0-2. We go back to not hitting. No. 3 hits. Really, guys? Come on. 3 hits? Scutino with a triple. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, Bobby. Come through big here, buddy. Come through big here. Whew. Got lucky there. I think the throw beat him. Get out. Get out, ball. Did Bobby get enough? Doesn't look like it. No! To the edge of the wall. Bobby did not get enough. And the Diamondbacks are going to win this one. But, what a loud out. What a loud out. 10 hits again. I mean, that's not the bad part. The part is we can't get runs across. Kind of like what we ran into last year. All right, we got 3 more games, and then we are going to call it there. We win the first one. We got Corbin Carrollton, Urseg, bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Let's jump into it. Let's try to make sure we stay on the winning road. Don't want to get too many losses, and then people turn cold, and then it becomes a real issue. Look at that pitching, though. First.
So the tying run at second.
There it is. Beauty.
Misses, it's a strikeout.
Beauty.
They don't want to give him anything to hit, but we
Woo! 101, blow it on by. Jonathan India, what up? How you doing, buddy? Beautiful. Here we go. Got the dub. Good to see. Good to see.
And your final score here today, 2-1.
Good to see pitching still doing its thing. Okay, one last game in March ends up being a loss. Wow, 14, huh? What happened here? Who's pitching? Cole Reagans? Give up 6. Cullen gave up 6. Bubich gave up 2. Ouch. 9 hits. They only had 12 hits. We only had 9. Yet, we scored 4. They scored 14. Interesting. 7 RBIs for William Contreras. Goodness gracious. Well, they signed him to that big contract. He had 2 home runs. They signed him to that big contract. It looks like he's coming through. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be it for us. Ooh, James McArthur struggling March. Okay. That's pretty darn good. All right. That's going to be it for this one. We are 4-3 in second place over the Guardians. We started out really strong. The first 2 games, 13-0 or 13-1, 13-0, and then we've kind of come back down to earth here, and we end up being 4-3 through the first 7 games. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit the red subscribe button so you can come back and see what we do in the next couple of months, getting ready for the draft and how we kind of progress through the early part of the season. Started out strong. Hopefully, we can keep something going and continue to be strong all year long. Until next time, Slacker out.